What's up, guys? So this is not gonna be one of those like formal videos. This is not a formal video. This isn't gonna be one of my regularly edited videos where I cut out my flubs and edit out my breaths and things like that. This is just a real, down-to-earth video, and the title says it all. Mental health is also important, and the past few days that I haven't posted anything haven't been really for any other reason than my mental health has not been in the best of states. And I'm going to come right out and say it. I've been dealing with a lot of stress, not even stress that's warranted. I mean, these are difficult times, I get that, but the day that I posted the quarantine vlog video was the only content I really sat down and made an effort to make. And that was because I was sort of in the middle of being distracted by one thing to another. But with the way my brain works, it's really not great. If you guys have ever wondered where I learned how to play drums, play guitar, do bass, do video editing, camera operation, lighting, script writing, storytelling, all those things, learning how to, tear apart a story, all that stuff was because with the way that my brain works, I really, if I find one thing that I find very fascinating or one thing that catches my attention, it is literally all that I focus on for months at a time. And I can't help it. It's literally something where if I don't get proficient with it, I will feel unaccomplished. I will feel almost to the point of depression. And that's just been something I've had for a very long time. I've dealt with it for a massive amount of time. And because of that, that's a two-edged sword, because it allows me to learn how to write really good scripts, or learn how to maintain details in television shows, or learn how to edit and do visual effects. But it also means that when something catches my attention, like this thing that's going on in the world right now, it really, say hi to the cat, she's playing with her cat toy there. It really,
sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
What did I say about cutting out edits? Yeah, still not doing that. But it really, it just sticks with me, and it causes me insane amounts of stress. And I've been through stressful situations before. In fact, something that I've sort of alluded to but never really shared on this channel is the fact that I literally developed a mild case of IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, because of the time that my channel was almost taken down. I took it that seriously, and I was that stressed about it. And that thing to me that happened, that was basically a massive amount of work going to waste. Imagine how I feel now when I'm dealing with the regular stresses of work. And I'm not going to bash where I work, because really the stress of sales is a stress that I can handle. But the stresses of that, plus tensions being high with everybody at work, and on top of that, the stresses of everything going on in the world, and the fact that I wasn't sure exactly how my hours and pay were going to be handled, and so many other things stacking on top of one another, it all came crashing down in this spectacular, I need to leave, and I came home and basically spent the next day and a half having a panic attack. And it was not good. And after that, I was sort of better, and I took that as the high point, because the entire day and a half before that was a low note. And I took that entire time and went and made that vlog video, because it was the one moment of clarity that I had, the moment of relaxation and calm that I had to go and make something. And after I went and made that, I made one other video. Did I? Yeah, I made one other video that hasn't been finished yet. And it basically spiraled into a lack of motivation, a lack of drive, getting towards what I was very much recognizing as depression. And I very quickly discovered, in the days that I have not been working, and the days that I have not been doing things for both YouTube and for where I work normally, I never realized this until now, but working for me, despite the fact that I may feel like an introvert, there is a lot extroverted about me, that when I'm not working and not dealing with people and not talking and interacting, that will drive me mad. And it's really not healthy. And I'm using this sort of as an opportunity to vent to you guys, because I know you all will understand, which is why I'm not putting music, I'm not doing fancy edits, I'm not cutting this out. I'm literally exporting it from my phone and putting it on YouTube, and that's going to be it. And where I'm coming from with this and why I'm posting this is because I want to actually feel as though I'm working. And I've talked for so long about wanting this YouTube thing to be my career. And what is that going to mean if, when I'm not working at one place, I'm going to let stress get to me and I'm going to stop making videos for another place and stop making videos that are going to basically be the hopefully future of my career? I mean, that made no sense to me. And after spending a lot of time sort of reflecting and thinking over what I'm doing in this, and I mean, none of us has ever dealt with something like this. And so we don't know how we're going to respond. And I know that I can handle stress fairly well, but over time it can affect you. And it's definitely affected me. And I don't want to come across as like, it happened to me, it could happen to you. Don't take it that way. All I want to kind of clarify, all I want to say is that we're not alone in this. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And if somebody is, they're a liar and you need to slap them in the face. But I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And this is affecting all of us in different ways. And the fact that I've dealt with anxiety in the past, and clearly physically a high amount of anxiety has affected me before, as I mentioned before, with the issues I've had with my stomach and with my health afterwards. It's something that we all handle differently, and in my case it tends to affect me a lot. So I like the video said at the start, like the title says, mental health is important. And I realized that a lot of you probably, and this kind of is what drives me to want to keep making videos, is not just to cure my own boredom, because that's very, very selfish, and not just to make it, my career, because again, that's very selfish, but I'm going to use it not only as therapy for me, because I know that for me, making something and working is a lot of times my therapy. Before I made YouTube videos, my distraction, my therapy was ripping apart computers and putting them back together and making sure they still worked, or upgrading a computer, or cleaning things, taking things apart and putting them back together and making sure they would still work. That was my therapy. I always needed something to do. And with where we're at right now, one of my avenues of doing that has been taken away. And so I need to focus in again on making content, doing this kind of stuff. But I wanted to post this because you guys aren't alone, but you also need to make sure that your mental health is still good, and that if it's not, you need to identify it. I've identified it, and I'm working on it. I've been meditating every night. I've been eating healthier. I've been going on walks, which has been one of those things where once I actually have a moment to step back and think, made me think irrationally, because I started walking and realized that I started getting a cough as I was walking. And my first thought was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And then the rational side of me was, A, there's a lot of pollen out and I suffer from allergies terribly. And 2, when I first started walking, it was cold out. Gee, what happens when you walk in the cold and you get winded? Your chest kind of hurts and you get a cough. So don't let the irrational side of your brain take over. Don't. Be rational. Think through your decisions. Think through what you're doing. Do something. And I realize too that a lot of you watch my content and probably that is your escape. And so I don't want to deprive you all of that, but I also don't want to bring you all down with this video, but I feel like this was a necessary video to make. And while I feel like I'm rambling more now, I definitely wanted to get this out there because as I keep saying, mental health is important, and you need to identify if your mental health isn't good, because stress can affect your immune system. Stress can affect your dietary system, which is what it's doing with me right now. It can do a whole lot of things that are also not good for you, that aren't going to dramatically hurt you in any way, but it will hinder you, and it will definitely make your life uncomfortable for a little while, like what I'm dealing with right now. And so don't let your irrational side win. Don't let fear win. Don't let depression win. Don't let any of these things that could affect your health negatively win. Please. And I'm going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to strive to not let boredom, not let depression, not let distraction, lack of motivation, stress, anxiety, basically the same thing, but not really. All these things, I'm going to fight to keep those from affecting me. And I want you guys to do the same. And I'm not going to set any lofty goals. I'm not going to make any major promises. I'm just going to say that I'm going to continue to strive to make content, continue to strive to keep myself focused, keep myself happy, reduce my stress, and just continue through with what's going on. With everything going on, keep myself in lifted spirits and try to not let that hinder my creativity, let that hinder my motivation, my ability to work. And that's about it. I just wanted to do that and say that and post this. So like the title says, and like I've said many times through this video, mental health is important. You guys need to keep that in mind. And that's all I got to say. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. There's not really going to be anything in the description. There's going to be the same thing I copy paste from notes every day. I'm not going to write anything clever. I just want to post this and yeah, let you guys know I'm doing better and that I will be getting better and better as this week progresses and as I focus on other projects and things that I intend to do. So thank you guys for watching this video. They're not all this somber if you're new here, I promise. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Make sure to be there and have a good one.